Oh, that is Alan Summers sitting. No, Alan Summers sitting on the left. Uh, there's Grandma Kate's, and and Connie, and that's Anna, Connie's first wife. Uh, and they were all down. And I don't know where Danti is, but she's in the mix too. And but your grandparents still weren't. Grandma and Granddaddy still weren't here at that time. And so uh, Bob's looking at his gifts, and Alan was pretty inclined to open his packages for him. That's Dante sitting next to you guys, and there's Anna, Connie, and Anna opening their packages to Bob. Everybody knew they were coming to a fifth birthday party, so they all brought presents. Oh, that's a BB gun, I think. And of course, that's Dante that's sitting behind him. She probably gave him. Oh, there's Grandma and Granddaddy. Yeah, they must have gotten back from Ecuador and everything. There they are. And everybody just brought them a little something. See, Alan always had to take charge of his birthday. Oh, that's a little cash register. Do you remember that? You had the best time with that. You had money to go with it. You put your money in there. Now this is when you went fishing over here in the pond, and Steve's examining a fish that had been caught. That's a baby fish. So he's looking at every side. He was just fascinated with it. I was hoping the it wouldn't pinch you or something, but you really like that baby fish. Uh-oh, it must have. Oh, and this was Easter Sunday, I'm sure. Always dressed you guys in little suits and bow ties, and we took you to church with us. Of course, what else could you get but a John Deere tractor? And Bob had gotten a plow, and well, you'd gotten one too. We just doubled everything. Um, this is up at Grandma's, and that's David Wade. That's David Wade when he was a baby. And so Stephen was showing David Wade his tractor. And that was Richard. And so
sure
Richard was just a baby.
You sure that's not still David?
Well, David is older than Richard, and that's their real mother, Mary Jane. Mary Jane Wade. And she had him sitting in there feeding him. Oh, and this is when we went to Green Bank to see your cousins. And there's Stewart, remembers? Stewart called him Dinky, and Karen. And this was out back of their house. And you guys were playing back there. But this is in our corn crib, and of course, we every time they came to see Grandma and Granddaddy, they brought them down here, and y'all played together. Cousins playing together. So this was at the river farm, at the grain bin. But this is out back at Grandma's, where she had a swing set. And this was on a Sunday, I think, and you had the little sailor suits on. And that's me behind you, pushing you. I had to get Bob straightened out so he wouldn't bump into you. Bob had learned to swing in a real swing, so, but you were still on the teeter-totter is what they call that. And there's Nana Catherine when she was a little girl. She was a beauty. But this is when we were going to Hopkinsville, but we rode on the train. I think that was about the last year you could ride as a passenger on the trains. And there we are at Mama's. And Steve was celebrating his 3rd birthday. And these are all the Chapman cousins, Steve and Jeff and Kerry Ray and Terry Lee. But they were all singing happy birthday to Steve. Happy 3rd birthday. So he was delighted. He got presents from all of his cousins. He had to have his candles lit 2 or 3 times so he could sing happy birthday to me. Their mommy is cutting the cake for you. But I hope in a later picture it's Mama and Dadlo are there with you. But this was in their house. We were really had some big times. It was a good time to go down to see Mama and Dadlo because it was always in the summertime. Oh, Steve got sunglasses. And I think Kerry Ray and them gave him. There's Dadlo. That's your granddaddy. That's Otis Chapman. And Pokey Lois. That's Aunt Josephine. It was Uncle Wilton's wife. She came down that during your birthday, and so relatives always just dropped in anytime they wanted to.
When did Wilton die?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up, but Dad and Mom were trying to interest you in your little duck. They were wanting to see what you would look like. Sportsman's Lake with the ducky. Guess who the center of attention was? There Jeff is, Jeff Chapman, leaning back. He was having a big time. And their big brother has to get in on the action. Since you were sitting up on the table, everybody had to protect you. Now, this is out in our front yard. When we moved here, Steve, we had a white fence too, which finally rotted down and we had to replace it. But we had swings out here in the big tree, and so you all had a real swing then. I think that's me swinging with you. This is Christmas, 1965, and our Christmas tree was always in the corner of the dining room. That's our dining room now. It used to be our living room. We didn't have a dining room when we first moved here. And of course, Christmas was a big time. Steve was looking through his stocking there. Oh, I hope that's not candy. I'm not sure what you all got that year. Oh, a train of some sort. Isn't that what that is?
It's a corn planter.
Corn planter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So you're unwrapping your corn planter. And there the stockings are now. Didn't take long to get through those stockings. Uh, this was for Bob's birthday, I think. You got a bicycle, and you got a bicycle with training wheels. So we had to teach you. But this is our formal living room now, and that's used to be your playroom. Y'all would play and